Hello, everybody. Jason with Learn to Survive. Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe, take care of yourself, and more importantly, take care of one another. I'm going to try and keep this video short and quick and not make it too long and not give out a whole lot of information because this is where you have to think of what's going to work for you because what works for me may not work best for you. And today's video, we're talking about staying off the radar and the best way to stay off the radar. So you might be wondering what the best way to stay off the radar is, and that's simply being on the radar. Now you might be thinking, what the hell is he talking about? I don't want to be on the radar, so why would I want to go on the radar to stay off the radar? Well, let me explain this. It's all about blending in. So you want to do things that the majority of people are doing. Shopping on Amazon is a good one. If you don't shop on Amazon already, I suggest you do so. Whether you order a set of screwdrivers off there every now and then, or, replace a household tool or a household item that you may need, that's fine. Or you can do something like order bulk toilet paper for the month, bulk paper towels, or even buy a shirt, or my personal favorite, a pack of socks off Amazon. Now, I say, well, why do I have to order a pack of socks every month? I buy a 12-pack of socks, it lasts me 6 months. You're buying a pack of socks a month, you're throwing them in a tote, you're building a surplus. Now, at some point, you have to stop because it gets silly. But, you get 20 packs of socks at 12 pairs of socks per pack. There's going to be a time where socks are going to be a valuable item. So you got a supply that you can use. You've got some set aside. If something goes wrong, you have an odd item that is needed that you can barter with. Money. Cash is not king anymore. We're seeing less and less cash flowing from hands to hands and more debit cards and credit cards. You don't see checks that often either because checks are essentially a debit card with extra steps where you got to fill everything out. You hand the check to the cashier, they run it through their little machine, and it's taken out of your account automatically, just like a credit card. A lot of people don't trust banks. I understand that, especially now within the last 3-4 days, 2 banks collapsing and the government stepping in. Banks are not looking like a good option. But there's stuff you can do that you can keep getting a paycheck in a paper form, but still have a debit card. Green Dot and Chime are 2 of the biggest. Their assets outweigh their debts. They're not going anywhere. They've been around for a while. They're good, strong companies. Let's say you spend $250 a week for groceries, your gas, a cup of coffee on the way to work, your lunches at work. Have that amount direct deposited into the account and then have the rest of your check issued as a paper check. So you use this prepaid debit card, whatever you want to call it, for your gas, your groceries every week, whatever. Then you've got your cash to buy items that you want to keep anonymity on. Other things that would send up red flags. Not having social media. Everybody has social media. Have a Facebook account and have a Twitter account. Be wary of what you post on it. Add your family and some close friends. Use that to keep in contact. Post funny stuff. Cute story that happened at work today. Whatever. Underground economy. As much as I love the underground economy, things are rapidly changing on this. And I'm going to use scrappers for example. A few years ago, scrapping companies were, for most part, are required to keep track of what comes in. Now, where I live, there's a small one that does not meet the requirements that were set forth. So if you take your scrap there, you're not going to reach a point where and even if you reach a point, they're not issuing tax documents. That's not what they do. They're buying scrap at half the price of what a major scrapyard would pay. So the major scrapyard in Lafayette, you go there, you have to show them your ID, you get put in the computer, you go, you get weighed out, You get a ticket, you go in, you get paid. What you got paid goes on the computer, and when you reach the point that the government says that you need to issue tax documents so this person can pay taxes on it, they'll issue it to them. The one we got here, he's so small he don't qualify under that. He's mainly, people are just bringing aluminum cans in. But you know what? He does take steel at half the price of what the major company does. But there's not that many people doing it, so he's kind of exempt or don't bother with that regulation. So if you're participating in the underground economy and you're making a good living, but you're spending more than what people think you should be making, is going to be another thing that trips off people starting to look at you and start investigations on you, or maybe a phone call place like, hey, this guy, he really don't have a job, but, he's bought 3 new cars this year, and, I was buying a house. Man, there's something weird going on here. So you want to avoid that. I guess my point with this video is to stay off the radar. You got to be on the radar, but you got to make everything that you do look like it's normal, that everybody else in society is doing, even if it's not normal. It's the deception of it. So you want the illusion that you're living and doing like everybody else, but still doing your own thing that is best for you. With that being said, I am going to wrap up this video. I'll talk to you guys real soon. And by the way, I've got some really good videos coming out. I'm doing these videos a little bit differently. These ones I'm working on, I am actually scripting instead of just sitting here speaking, because I want everything to be very precise and understood, because these are very important videos that can save your life. I will talk to you real soon, folks.